The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange, pink and purple. The air, still warm from the day's heat, began to cool, a gentle breeze whispering through the spinifex grass. This was the Australian outback, vast, rugged and undeniably beautiful. Jack gripped the steering wheel, a smile playing on his lips as he glanced at his family in the rearview mirror. His wife Sarah gazed out the window, her eyes reflecting the colours of the setting sun. Their two children, Emily and Tom, were caught up in a spirited game of I Spy, their laughter echoing in the car. They had been dreaming of this camping trip for months, a chance to escape the city and reconnect with nature. The outback, with its raw beauty and sense of adventure, called to them. It was a place of stark contrasts and unexpected wonders, and they were eager to experience it all. As the last rays of sunlight faded, they knew their adventure was about to begin. The outback welcomed them with open arms, promising a journey they would never forget. The road stretched out before them, a ribbon of red dust winding through the heart of the outback. The landscape was a tapestry of burnt oranges, deep reds and muted greens, the silence broken only by the hum of their tyres and the occasional call of a bird. Emily and Tom bounced in their seats, their noses pressed against the windows. Every twist and turn in the road brought new and exciting sights. A mob of kangaroos bounding across the plains, a wedge-tailed eagle soaring overhead, a weathered rock formation that looked like a giant sleeping dinosaur. Sarah pointed out the wildflowers that dotted the roadside, their delicate blooms a splash of colour against the arid landscape. Jack shared stories of his own childhood camping trips, his voice filled with nostalgia and a hint of mischief. The hours melted away as they drove, the vastness of the outback enveloping them. The city, with its noise and crowds, felt a million miles away. Here, it was just them, their family, and the wild beauty of the Australian wilderness. As the sun began its slow descent, they arrived at their campsite. Nestled amongst a grove of towering eucalyptus trees, it offered a welcome respite from the day's heat. The air was thick with the scent of eucalyptus and dry earth, a uniquely Australian aroma that filled their senses. Jack and Sarah wasted no time in setting up camp. With practiced efficiency, they pitched their tents, unrolled their sleeping bags, and gathered firewood. Emily and Tom, eager to explore their surroundings, chased each other through the trees, their laughter echoing through the campsite. The setting sun cast long shadows across the campsite, creating an ethereal glow. As darkness descended, they gathered around the campfire, the flickering flames casting a warm light on their faces. The air was alive with the sounds of the outback night, the chirping of crickets, the hooting of owls, the distant howl of a dingo. Dinner was a simple affair. Sausages sizzled over the open fire, their smoky aroma mingling with the scent of baking beans. As they ate, they shared stories and laughter, the campfire casting a warm glow on their faces. Jack regaled them with tales of his misadventures as a young boy, while Sarah recounted funny anecdotes from her childhood camping trips. Emily and Tom listened with rapt attention, their eyes wide with wonder. After dinner, as the embers of the fire glowed red, they settled back to enjoy the peace and tranquility of the outback night. Jack pointed out constellations in the star-studded sky, sharing stories of ancient myths and legends. The vastness of the universe above them filled them with a sense of awe and wonder. As the fire died down, they retreated to their tents, the sounds of the outback night lulling them to sleep. The next morning dawned bright and clear. After a breakfast of toast and billy tea, they decided to explore the nearby Wollongambie River. The river, a ribbon of blue winding through the red earth, offered a welcome respite from the heat. They spent the day swimming in the cool, clear water, their laughter echoing off the rocky cliffs that bordered the river. Emily and Tom delighted in building small dams and floating sticks downstream. Jack and Sarah relaxed on the riverbank, enjoying the peace and tranquility of their surroundings. As the afternoon wore on, they returned to their campsite, tired but exhilarated from their day's adventure. The outback had a way of making them feel alive, connected to something bigger than themselves. As their trip drew to a close, they packed up their campsite, their hearts filled with a mix of sadness and gratitude. The outback had worked its magic on them, leaving an imprint on their souls that would last a lifetime. The drive home was a quiet one, each member of the family lost in their thoughts. Emily and Tom, exhausted from their adventures, slept soundly in the back seat. Jack and Sarah reminisced about the highlights of their trip, their voices filled with warmth and contentment. They knew that this was more than just a camping trip. It was a journey that had brought them closer together as a family. They had shared laughter, adventure, and a deep appreciation for the raw beauty of the Australian outback. As they pulled into their driveway, they knew that they would carry the memories of this trip with them always. The outback, with its rugged beauty and untamed spirit, had captured their hearts. They were already planning their next adventure, eager to return to the place that had stolen their hearts.